Welcome back. In this series of Breadcrumbs leading up to the Beer World Festival in December, we talk to the giants of the events industry. And today our guest is Patrick Roubroeks, Director of XSAGA, the experience company. Welcome to the new stage, Patrick.
Hello. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. How's life nowadays?
Now, at the moment, the weather is nice, and that gives me a good feeling to go to the office.
Okay, and if we are talking about when we're talking about the new stage, what does this new stage look like for you in your business?
In the question, there is a trick, because if you talk about a new stage, you also think that there is an old stage. And I think the next stage is always the best stage. What do I mean with that? Last 1.5 years, our industry had to suffer due to the pandemic circumstances, and we invented all kinds of new stages. So in one way or the other, I'm very, from a creative perspective, I like being I'm thrilled with the new stage, because it gives you new opportunities, new stages, new examples, new events, new ways of communicating with your peer groups.
Okay, but is the new stage a creative concept for you, or is it a physical new stage?
Everything starts with a creative idea. I think our company XSAGA from Amsterdam tries to create new stages already for 20 years. And in the last 1.5 years, of course, those stages were completely different. They were sometimes online, sometimes hybrid, sometimes live even. But at the end, we created new stage, new environments, new places where people can meet and where they can be inspired.
Can you give us some examples?
Yes, there are a couple of cases which we actually will send in for the Beer World. One of them is we celebrated the highest point of a big building in Rotterdam, the Zalmhaven, 256 meters high building, 56 stores high. That's kind of a new stage for Rotterdam and for the Benelux as well. And we created a new event within that tower, on the roof actually of that building. So that stage wasn't there before, and the idea to do it like this wasn't there before the pandemic.
And was the audience on the floor level, on the ground level, or were they looking online?
No, they were everywhere. First of all, the people saw a big light show, lasers, etc., many spectacle things against the skin of the building. And almost 600,000 people in Rotterdam noticed this, because we rehearsed for 2 days, and then we had that big show together with 2 famous DJs, Mind Against from Italy, and they performed a nice DJ set from that building. So that was transformed digitally through Namobo and to Art Obscura. And so there were people looking and listening to the music through online media, and the people in Rotterdam could actually see what was happening against the building. And at the end, this idea brought us more viewers, more fans, and more awareness. And that was exactly what the people who are...
This is a unique opportunity, I think, because it was a new building also. Yes. But if you look at the creative perspective, have you been hampered by the COVID crisis or the COVID period? And were you completely, did you come to a stop, and did you have to reinvent yourself?
I think the stop lasted for 6 hours.
Okay, and, what happened in those 6 hours? Tell me about the 6 hours.
I went to the refrigerator. No. No, of course, everybody thought we would die within a week. So we are only human. So after half a day or something, we grabbed ourselves and start thinking about new projects, new ideas. First of all, to create nice experiences for audiences and for brands. And I think we did it quite successfully after last 1.5 years.
Okay, and did it pick up easily, and or did you have to work on it? Did you have to work with your clients in a new way of viewing it, in a new perspective?
Yes, of course, and nothing goes normal. But for those people internationally who know our company, know that we are kind of a specialist in special programs. So for us, it was we turned immediately into another mindset, and we start creating new stuff, and new stages, new performances, live things online. And for us, the last thing was quite easy because many of the people who work at XSAGA are well experienced in making television programs.
Okay. And how does that help?
Yes, of course, because I think making an online program is more familiar to regular television programs. It has other kinds of that's totally different. So if you see an event guy producing a television program, he's using other skills, and I think more than 50% of the people who work at XSAGA are very well experienced television makers.
And what's the main difference between a stage performance and a TV performance?
A stage performance is a live performance where people are, of course, in the direct neighborhood of the action itself, and then the action can take longer. Television is short, makes everything shorter, so the program became shorter.
Shorter in time.
Shorter in time, yes. You have to be quicker with your clues because you are in concurrentie, in how to say it in correct English. Everything what you do online has to conquer with television program because you eat them on the same way. You know, you're looking to a screen, which is something different than having everything around you.
So it's a continuous focus that you have on one screen.
Yes, the focus is different, and the world on which you consume our programs is another one. Okay. Many people sort of think at home.
So being used to making television programs is one. Being used to convincing your client that they have to adopt your creative ideas is two. You also talked about approaching problems in a creative mind. That's three. Those are three skills that you already mentioned that helped you through this crisis. Are there more skills that you have that helped you through the crisis? Having a good relationship with your clients. How does that help?
Yes, of course it helps because you can discuss the problems and you can discuss the advantage, or you can discuss the ideas. There is an open relationship, and with those customers which we have an open relationship, that came to new things, new eras, new performances and new stages. So
is it an incentive for more a close collaboration if you understand each other's problems?
Yes, and use each other's skills. So be aware sometimes people are very experienced in making television programs, and then it is very interesting to listen to them because you can learn from them.
Yeah, learn from each
other.
other.
A lot of things, yes. We've learned a lot of things.
So we talked about this past period in which you learned a lot and your clients learned a lot as well. And if we're looking forward now, what would be your future stage?
Actually, we're having this interview on a very strange moment because yesterday our Prime Minister told us that a new dawn is coming. So what you have learned that the way tomorrow it can be something totally different than today, and you have to learn and you have to adapt. And of course, at the end of the day, we close the computer, we go home, and then this evening I go to the theater. And tomorrow there is a new day with new challenges, with new perspectives, and maybe new borders which we have to conquer.
New restrictions?
Yes, maybe you'll never know, but you have to be open to that. And I think the whole industry became very flexible.
Okay.
And I think that was a good learning point. It's like a cursus, as they say in Dutch, which we have all had an exam in.
So in this course, and you did the exam, and I think you passed. Yeah. If you would look even further, so not today, not tomorrow, not the week after, but if you would look at the far future, what would the new stage look like in the far future?
I think, but all my colleagues will say that making programs, making events, creating events which can be shareable on all kinds of platforms is key. So the people, there's not only a live performance, there's also what resonates afterwards. In the former days, we were asked to create impact on a certain momentum. And I think making content which resonates further than the moment becomes more important than important.
Okay, that sounds like more durable and more sustainable even.
Yes. I think the bereik, how do you say it? The reach of your message can be strength. It can be much bigger, not only in time but also in numbers.
And that's also something we learned in the past period.
Yes, I think. We all learned. Although our company was also always very keen on having good pictures, good videos, and on our website you can see many of them. But I think because we have a television background, that was always very important for us.
Yeah. Okay.
To create more resonance with your program. And
now you discovered why you developed that skill in the past in your complete career.
Yes. Actually, our company is now existing for 20 years, and before that time, I used to work for the public broadcaster for a big production company in Holland, and I was taught as a journalist. So somebody who is very curious and uses media to tell his stories. And at the end, after 20 years, I'm still a journalist telling stories and share it through several media platforms.
And images are a strong instrument for that.
Yes, I think the images are very, very strong.
So if we're looking back, Patrick, this pandemic, did it lead to an evolution for your business? Did it create aspects that have a permanent change in it?
Yes, I can. Last 20 years, we always said XSAGA, staging brands and engaging people. This is what we do. Okay. And this is what we did. This is still what we are doing still, but we are now, from next year to come, we say XSAGA, the experience company. Because what we created in a live environment, we also start creating on other kinds of platforms and other kinds of environments. And we became quite good in that. So therefore, in the next year, when we are 21, we became adults, so to say, and say, okay, XSAGA can definitely say that we are the experience company in Holland, which creates experiences on all kinds of levels, for all kinds of customers, for all kinds of budgets.
And on all kinds of stages. So is stage the wrong word then now? Does it have a new meaning, or is the definition of the word stage changed?
I think the world changed with the introduction of the mobile telephone. Everybody became his own journalist. Everyone became his own uitgever. How do you say it in English? Publisher. YouTube heroes or Instagram heroes are the ones who have a big reach at the moment. So with the introduction of the mobile telephone, something like internal and external communication disappeared, because everything is communication, because everyone has a telephone who can make photos, recordings of everything what you do. So I think the introduction of the mobile telephone did already changed a lot.
Okay, did it change us as creators, or did it change us as an audience?
Both, because I'm an audience of my own events, but I'm also I'm the audience in the world which I'm living in. 20 years ago, I didn't have an Instagram account. 20 years ago, I didn't have Facebook. 20 years ago, I couldn't share my friends on live videos, what I'm doing at the moment. And at this moment, I do. And everybody's doing it. So it's exploding. And therefore, the images which you share around and the content which you try to share with other people should be clear, well focused, and it should be of the highest possible artistic value.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And is it more of an individual stage, or is it because of these platforms and because of the digital way of conveying it or bringing it? Is it more of a community feeling to it? Does it have more of a community feeling to it?
Yeah, but both, because apart from the fact that I post sometimes my photos on Instagram, I follow some people as well. And I am part of their community. At least I feel that I am a part of their community. And what you try to create with events, live, digital, whatsoever, you try to create communities of people who share the same interests, or you try to change their behavior. And you use all kinds of tools to achieve that. So therefore, it's a very creative, interesting period which we are living in.
Yeah, it is. And it is a period of a new stage. And it did not end yet, so it's still developing.
Absolutely.
So you described to us what the new stage is, how it became your new stage from the beginning of this pandemic, using all the experience that you've built up in your 20 years of experience. Mm-hmm. So this new stage, do you like this new stage?
I sometimes miss the people. Last week I had the big Italian boss on the telephone, and I said, I want to share a glass of red wine with you, and listening to good music, and to feel the abundance of the people being surrounded. Last week I visited lots of places in Amsterdam, ballet, classical music, because I missed the applause. I missed the fact that I had to wait before I could leave my coat. I missed the Dutch bitterball afterwards. I missed the being together, the togetherness with people. So therefore, I'm very positively. I have a very positive mind of the future of our work, our working field, because it all will come back, but it will be more enriched by all those other kinds of opportunities to share the stories.
Okay, so there's positive sides to it, but there's also downsides to it. What would you if you would describe this new stage? Would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I would give it it depends on which moment on the day you ask me. In the morning I'm very this, and at the end I'm feeling a little bit like that. But now at the end I think 80-20%, so I'm very positive about the future. I'm positive about the things which we are capable of doing in this business. And I'm very positive of what I see, what everybody is making at the moment, and what it's being created around the world at the moment. So
at this moment of the day, we are halfway the day at this moment.
Yes. I'm positive.
You're positive. So give me a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Great, thank you very much. And our last question, we are compiling a Spotify playlist for the Bio World Festival. What would be your song for the new stage?
That could only be a number of Mind Against, the Italian DJ duo, which performed on our stage on 256 meters high. And I want to share a little bit of that event, which I think was very nice during the pandemic. I want to share it with all our colleagues in all over the world.
Okay, so Mind Against is on the playlist. Thank you very much, Patrick.
Okay, have a nice day.
And thank you very much for watching. And I hope you'll be back for our next Breadcrumb. And if you're watching this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel of Bio World Festival. And of course, I hope to see you in December, maybe in Milano, maybe online, for the Bio World Festival 2021. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. you.